Hey guys, this is the Betamax Man here, and I've got some video pickups here. Got two Betamax tapes, one DVD, and one HD DVD. And these are all Christmas movies, because it's the month of December, and I always watch Christmas movies during the month of December. But I have here one of the last releases of It's a Wonderful Life on the beta format. That is in fact a beta cassette in there, and you can see the watermark, one of the watermarks, and I see what the company that put it out, Nostalgic Merchant. Huh, interesting. So here we go, we have It's a Wonderful Life on beta, and a sealed copy. We have Jimmy Cricket's Christmas, which is one that I've been wanting to get a hold of and watch. This is going to be an awesome video to watch. And we have Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer, 2002 release. And then we have an HD DVD of A Christmas Story. Now, one of the things that's bad about the HD DVD format is that all of the Warner Brother titles, about 90% of the Warner Brother titles, had some sort of disc rot, where the discs would not register, they would not read. So the player will not read them. So I don't know if this has got disc rot. I don't know if it'll even play. But it was about $4 or $5, and an additional $3 to $4 to, I think it's like $9 altogether to get this. So I don't know if it's gonna work. If it does work, that would be awesome. But like I said, the Warner Brother title for the HD DVD format, for some reason about 90% of them all have some form of either disc rot or some kind of error in the recording where the film does not work. They won't play. And I don't know why, but it just seems to be the Warner Brother titles. There were some other titles that had problems, but it was mainly Warner Brother for use only with HD DVD players and drives. Yep, there you go. But if this works, this will be a high definition release of this movie. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time. So we got these. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Jimmy Cricket's Christmas. There's the beta cassette. And it's on an L250. And this is I believe it's a Sony cassette. Yes, this is a Sony cassette. So it's on a Sony tape, so that's good, because it may not have the problems that the Scotch tapes had, where the oxide would shed due to the age of the tape. Sony's were a little bit better quality tapes, and they seem to last a very long time. So now I'm gonna break the seal, and we'll open up this copy of It's a Wonderful Life. So let me get a little dental pick to poke this. We'll poke it open here. Just make a slit. There we go. There we go. Now, of course, this tape has been pushed in, so the little cardboard cutout has been damaged at the tip there, at the very end, which is causing the tape to go in forward. Here is the labels, and this is on a Maxell cassette. And there's the little mini label. So this is awesome to have, and as you can see, this is a Maxell, which is awesome because Maxell and Sony tapes and Maxell tapes, those are the best tapes you can get. These tapes will last for a long time, and they don't have problems with shedding the oxide like the Scotch and the Fuji tapes had. Even some of the TDK tapes had some form of oxide shedding off onto the video heads sometimes. So if you want really good quality tape, if you want to buy a movie on the beta format and you can get a Maxell or a Sony, that is what you'll want. You'll want that Maxell or Sony because they're not going to shed the oxide. Yeah, they still have problems with it, but it's almost zilch. I've never had a Maxell or a Sony tape shed oxide onto the heads. So now, of course, the little cardboard cutout here has been damaged, and the tape has been pushed in, and I'll show you. So I'm going to use tape to repair. See how it's pushed in? So it's actually supposed to be out like that. So I'm going to use tape and repair that, and that way the tape doesn't go inside too far. There we go, back in. And unfortunately it does have some damage, and that's caused by the tape being crunched at the bottom. So this tape has been smashed at the bottom. Somebody has put it on top of something and it's pushed it in. So that explains why the bottom is messed up. But that's alright. So there are the beta cassettes. Now it's time for the disc. Let's open Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer. We're going to take the... and we're going to break the seal. There we go. The seal is broken. Alright, looks like the disc is okay. The disc arrived alright. So that's good. So now, yep, and you can tell this is this was a fairly, well, this was a 2002 movie, but this was probably one of the last releases because it's got the recyclable type plastic case. It was they basically, it's made out of, I believe it's made out of recycled plastic, because a lot of the newer DVDs have the recycling logo on the cassette, on the case. So we've got that, and then there's the back of it, and then we got the side here. So we've got Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, which I'm probably going to record that onto a beta cassette. Just to have it on beta would be cool, so I might record that onto a beta. So here we go, we've got the sealed copy of A Christmas Story, so I could put it into my player, but I'm sure that it's not gonna work. But I thought, you know what, let me try and see if perhaps, just maybe, this thing will be playable. But like I said, a lot of the Warner Brother titles did not work because of disk ROM. Trying to show me taking the wrap off. And of course, like they used to do with the DVDs, they started doing it with the HD DVDs and the Blu-rays, and they put this little seal on the top here so that you know that it has not been tampered with. So. Pull that off. And now let's take a look at the disc and just make sure it arrived okay. Here we go, guys. This is a HD DVD. Look at that. Look at that. That is so cool. That cover. I mean the artwork, I mean. Not a cover, it's the artwork. Disc label. And of course you've got a little booklet here with showing other DVD titles that are available. Terminator 3, Shawshank Redemption, Full Metal Jacket, Matrix, Perfect Storm. Unfortunately, a lot of the Warner Brother titles didn't even work. So we'll take a look at the disc and see if there's any disc rot. We're going to take this security tab off. This would set off the alarm in the store. So if somebody tried to steal this, this would set the alarm off. That's what those things are, which they don't use those anymore. But that's what those are. I know a lot of you don't know what that is. A lot of my younger viewers will probably don't know what that is. But here we go. Let's take a look at the disc and see if there's any discoloration, because that'll tell me right there. Okay, I'm actually not seeing any discoloration, except for there's a little bit there, but no, I don't think there's discoloration actually. This is probably playable. I hope it is. I hope this thing plays. It would be awesome if it would play, because that will allow me to have this film in high definition. And I do have the LaserDisc coming in the mail of this film, so if by chance the HD DVD doesn't work, at least I'll have it on LaserDisc, which will give me decent quality. Now, if this does not work, I will buy it on Blu-ray. Well, guys, sad news. Unfortunately, it does not play. So, officially, I am swearing off all Warner Brother HD DVD discs, because every time I get a Warner Brother title, it either doesn't work or it'll play halfway through the film, or 25% through the film, and then it'll pause and stop. So this thing won't even load, and that's the problem with the HD DVD Warner Brother titles. They don't work, and every time I buy one, it doesn't work. So I never should have bought one. I should have just bought it on Blu-ray. You know, I can contact the seller, but I doubt that he would be willing to take it back, and it would cost me more money to ship it back than it was worth. So I think I'm just gonna have to eat my money on this. The $9 went down the tube, and I seriously doubt that the seller will give me my money back due to the fact that it was new and sealed. He probably won't believe me, but unfortunately, it's a shame, but this disc is a write-off. But I'll get it on Blu-ray, and I will buy it on Blu-ray, because unfortunately this HD DVD is just not going to work. And it's not my player, because my player plays HD DVDs all the time. I've played other films. It's always the Warner Brother title. So I want you guys to know, buyer beware when you're buying Warner Brother movie titles on this format. My opinion is to stay away from Warner Brother titles on this format. This is a certain type of disc decay, or something went wrong in the manufacturing process. Now, it might be that it played fine when it was first purchased, like back in 2006 when this would have came out, because I remember the format wars between Toshiba and Sony. Now, this might have worked. I can't imagine them buying, I mean, I don't know, maybe the disc rot happens over time. It doesn't have any discoloration except for that one little spot. But, yeah, I mean, the disc is shot. It does not work. So, that's the only irritating thing about this particular format, is the Warner Brother titles don't work. And I don't understand why. Other than some of them have disc rot. Some of the HD DVD Warner Brother titles that I have actually do have discoloration, and when you see that, you know automatically it's disc rot. But I would just keep it, and as a nice little display piece, just to say that I have it. But as far as watching it, I can't get it to load. It just sits there for 2-3 minutes. Load, load, load. Which is what a lot of the other ones do. Now, some of the other Warner Brother titles will, if they do play, they might play for, 20 minutes or so, and then, or 10 minutes, and then they'll freeze, or they'll skip, or they won't play at all. They'll just freeze and then not play. And sometimes I've had a hard time getting the discs back out of the player when it goes into this error fault mode. That it says error on the display when you put these discs in. And sometimes they'll just sit there and say flashing. And this was sat for like 2 minutes and it didn't even load. So I'm like, yeah, this is not going to play. So unfortunately, this is not playable, but I do have these 2 beta tapes here that I'm going to watch, and I've got Grandma Got Ran Over by Randy. Guess what just came in the mail? A Christmas Story on LaserDisc. Well, I have it on LaserDisc. Unfortunately, the HD DVD did not work, but all of the HD DVD Warner Brother titles always have problems. So I will no longer be buying Warner Brother titles on HD DVD. So I'm going to have to order this film on Blu-ray if I want to see it in high definition, which I do. But I am an analog man in a digital world, and I'd much rather watch a LaserDisc than I would a HD DVD. I know, or a Blu-ray, or you know. I know that sounds crazy and weird, but there's something about watching a film on LaserDisc or Betamax or VHS. For me, it's just nostalgic, and it's the feeling, just, I don't know why, I just, I grew up with analog, and, now it's all digital, and there's no, physical media is basically starting to die. So, yes, we do have 4K releases. No, I don't have a 4K TV yet. I don't have a 4K player. I'm waiting until the price goes down, which the prices are starting to go down in the 4K format. So one of these days I'll buy a Sony 4K TV, and I'll have the ability to watch, and I'll get a 4K player from Sony. It has to be a Sony. Anyway, but hey, I love my LaserDiscs. I love my Betamax tapes. VHS, well, they're okay. But I love watching my Betamax tapes, my LaserDiscs. I prefer LaserDisc over DVD any day. So this is the full screen version. And there's the back. Now, I would like to buy the widescreen edition, because they did have this in widescreen, which I will more than likely buy the widescreen edition, because seeing it in widescreen is the way that the director intended you to see the film. We all know that pan and scan versions aren't as good because they don't give you the full image. Not only that, when they do a pan and scan, they have to zoom in to the image, not just lopping off both sides of the picture. They're not just cutting off certain segments of the picture, but they're zooming in, so the quality isn't as good. But with the widescreen releases, they were the best way to watch a movie on LaserDisc, was the widescreen version. I love the full screen, the pan and scan. I don't mind having both. I like both versions. I like to have the full screen and widescreen if I can. I just love collecting both versions. So this is the good old pan and scan. And this disc was in good shape too. It was in better condition than what was shown. The pictures of this was not what I got. So one thing I don't like about eBay sellers that will use a picture, if they have more than one of something and they'll have a picture and it looks like it's not in that great a shape, and then you get it and it's either not the one in the picture, or it's better, or it's worse. Anyway, but this one's good condition, except for on the side the disc is starting to tear out, and at the top the disc is starting to tear out. But as far as the artwork goes, on the front and back, the artwork is in good condition. It's perfect. There's no damage on the corners or anything. There's no damage on the corners. So this one is in good shape. It's as close to a sealed copy as you can get. There are no sealed copies on eBay right now, as far as I know. But, you know, I'm sure with the holidays, when actually the best time to buy Christmas films is after Christmas, because that's when the prices go down. See, people know that Christmas movies, usually most people want to buy them in the month of December. And they jack up the prices. And then after the holiday, they're trying to still sell off the old Christmas stuff. So they drop the price. So if you actually are patient and you want to wait until you get till after the holiday, and then the price will go down, you know. And I'm sure that one of these days after Christmas, probably you have a sealed copy that'll probably pop up at a cheaper price. But anyway, at least I have this on LaserDisc, so I got some more LaserDiscs coming. So I ordered some more movies that I wanted on LaserDisc, and so those will be coming in the mail later this month. So, and it'll be cool to have. This is so cool to have this film on this format. You know, this is just a fantastic format. You know, I love LaserDisc, and I remember the first time I ever watched or seen a LaserDisc. It was in my science class. I was in high school. My science teacher, Mr. Flynn, had a LaserDisc player, and he had a bunch of science videos on LaserDisc, and he would show us on LaserDisc the science videos, and they were in the CAV format, so he was able to hit pause and have a perfect image on the screen. And he would actually do slow motion so you can see the science video. And so that he had a really high-end Pioneer deck, and it had a built-in time-based corrector, I'm pretty sure. But he was really heavily into LaserDisc. I've rambled on long enough. Like I said, I'm an analog man in a digital world. See you later. Bye-bye.